You know that quiet moment when someone crosses a line they once said they never would, and nothing dramatic happens. No lightning, no instant guilt, just a small shift. And then life keeps moving. It's subtle, almost invisible, a decision that feels temporary, just this once, just to make things easier, just to get through today. Most people think corruption looks loud, obvious, intentional. But the truth is, it rarely starts that way. And people who slip into it aren't usually who you expect. They're often the ones who once cared the most, the ones who had rules, boundaries. Which is why, when it happens, it feels confusing, even unsettling, because it doesn't match the story we've been told about who becomes corrupt. Society tends to label corruption as a personality flaw, something rooted in greed, bad character, or a lack of discipline.
But that explanation is too simple. There's something deeper happening here, something more human. Corruption isn't just about morality, it's about adaptation. There's more going on than people realize. If you look at it closely, corruption often begins as a kind of internal negotiation. Your brain is constantly balancing your values and your reality. And when those don't align, tension builds. That uncomfortable feeling has a name: cognitive dissonance. Your brain doesn't like that tension. It tries to resolve it. But not always by changing what you do. Sometimes it changes how you see things.
What once felt wrong starts to feel reasonable. Not because your values disappeared, but because your brain found a way to make the situation fit. Over time, small compromises start to change your emotional response. The discomfort fades, the line becomes a blur, and the next decision feels easier. Not because the person became worse, but because the resistance became quieter. And this doesn't happen in isolation. It's shaped by environment, where rules are inconsistent, where doing things the right way doesn't always lead to stability. In those spaces, the nervous system learns something important. Rigid integrity can feel risky. Adaptation feels safer. So what looks like corruption can actually be a learned response. They tell themselves something else. This is how things work. Everyone does it. It's just temporary. These aren't always lies. This doesn't make someone better or worse than anyone else. It reveals how flexible human behavior really is. Some people resist longer. Others adapt faster. Neither is inherently right. But here's the part most people miss. There's a quiet paradox. The same flexibility that helps someone survive is the same thing that can slowly reshape who they are. It doesn't feel like change. It feels normal, like continuity. That's the hidden cost. And the hidden strength? Awareness. The ability to notice the shift while it's happening, to feel that small discomfort and recognize it. Because that discomfort means something in you is still aligned, still paying attention. And that part doesn't disappear easily. Even in people who have drifted far, there's usually a quiet memory of who they were before. Not loud, just small signals. A hesitation, a thought they don't say out loud, a feeling they can't fully explain. That part isn't broken.
It's just been negotiated with over and over again until it learned to stay quiet. So when people ask why corruption happens so easily, it's because humans are incredible, and adaptation doesn't always move in the direction we expect. But understanding that changes something, because once you see the pattern, it becomes harder to move through it unconsciously. Not impossible, but different, more intentional, more visible. And maybe that's where things begin to shift again, quietly. If this felt familiar, there's a deeper layer to it, and it might say more about you than you think.